want to talk about some off the grid kind of topics, stuff that you usually don't hear in a lot of places. Uh, Usually, when I go to temple and in the Sufi temple, when the jalasa, the meeting starts, then they read somebody who has a good voice reads some poems from the Sufi master, and uh, people who know Farsi really good, have studied literature and Sufism. So I listen to these poems and my jaws drop. It's like the stuff that totally beyond this anything you can imagine that the psychic or a spiritualist might have experienced, and then he comes out and just puts it in a poem. And well, one of the poems the other night was like this: uh, no one takes the bird of my heart seriously if if she doesn't have a string tied to you, love. Which means that if what you're saying, the spiritual experiences, if is is not really connected and it wasn't from the divine source, it was like my stuff about economics, or it was about politics, then there are a lot of people that talk about this stuff, and the public likes that stuff or doesn't, and but it's not anything special. It's not anything that your jaw would drop. But well, I kind of hesitate to put this stuff down because I don't want to be accused of lunacy, for one, and then well, most people just ignore me, and that's very, very nice. That's what I want. I think between the people, between the spiritualists and the psychics, I'm the one that lived the longest. People like me usually get crucified, or they all kinds of stuff happens before they make it to their 50 years. I think Jesus was crucified at 33. I don't know when. I think Imam Ali lasted longer, but then it just some experiences, and the people that talk about it, they're so contrary to what the public is used to. It's like when you hear truth, it's very bitter, and there is like a natural reaction, and you just want to shut it off. But anyhow, well, there's a couple of stuff I want to talk about. One is that in the Sufi school they say that when you start your day and keep going, what happens in that one day is like a synopsis of what happened in your whole life, which means like you just review that one day and you learn a lot from that just one day. But I want to start, well, usually in the morning I get up, and after I drink my herbal concoction, I go on a walk. I go all the way across the freeway. I go to Taco Bell or Del Taco. Anyhow, I'm very cheap, and I have a breakfast, and so I kind of linger in there, but usually like the place is not very busy, so I kind of meditate or pray a little bit, and this is bizarre. it's like your higher self, a replica of Hassan shows up. He's so much more refined. It's like seeing an angel, and he doesn't say much, but I'm just always like looking up and looking, so oh my God, how did this happen? And then it goes away. It doesn't last too long, like a few seconds, comes and goes. Then when I when I get out of there, I usually go across the street to Starbucks, and what I see, usually the reason I go to Starbucks is because a lot of American women, white women, they go there. So a lot of them are very pretty blonde. I kind of go check them out, and in the last 3 years, 2 years, a lot of the women, they kind of think that, hey, I'm just too good for this, I don't know, foreign guy. But things have changed, and there is a very good reason for this. I think that many American men, they have become impotent or gay, and there is a lot of women that are alone, just nobody is there, or very desperate to find anybody. Usually, I also go on the side of the Starbucks and I see like they go into the driveway and they come out, and when I'm looking at them, I see sometimes very pretty women. This morning, I saw very nice looking blonde in a very nice car, SUV. She was totally checking me out, and she just drove by, and then another one came around. I went into the coffee shop to get. Usually, I buy Earl Grey, and I see that in the coffee shop there is at least like 10 women came around and checked me out, and then usually there is all these facts too. When there's too many of them, I just leave because usually you cannot get rid of them. It doesn't matter what you do. You have to beat them up or get the cops to take them away, or I don't know. They have become extremely aggressive and persistent. It's like there is no way to dump them. I just give up. I just leave the coffee shop. I take my coffee, but a lot of times they are not around, and there is the women. I sit and look at them, but I'm kind of like going through the like episodes in the day, one day, and like narrating stuff, and then you kind of get the clue what's happening in society and what's going to happen in the rest of my life. And also I see with just the stuff that's happening how everything has changed. Well, I was reading this book. It's called Jobless Future, and it was saying that anything that can be done algorithmically. Say I make hot water, put a tea bag of Earl Grey in it, add some sugar or sweet and low to it, or Splenda. All these things, they're either the motions of the hand, or grabbing the cup, or knowing that you have to get Earl Grey and put it in there. They all can be done algorithmically by a computer, by a hand. So right now, the very nice looking cashier does that for me, and we chat sometimes. But say technology gets to a point that the machine can do that. But you're missing the point now. Do you think that I will go into the Starbucks knowing that there is a robot or a computer that's gonna make a very nice Earl Grey, but But the girl that that was there, me and her, we like each other and we chat. She's not there anymore. She has been outsourced or gotten rid of because the machine can do it. But then what I'm trying to get at is that when everything becomes mechanized and an algorithm or a robot or an AI can do these things, then what becomes very valuable, what what you will look for and you want that is what a human being can give. Okay, that that the machine cannot do that. I mean, so for example, when all these white men became white fags, then the women, they are still women. They didn't change, and the thing that's valuable to them is like some guy, any guy, pay attention to them, or like them, or chat with them, and this thing, even though it, in our history or in the human history, is totally was worthless. It was just a social little chit chat. Now it became very valuable, very thing like sought after. You know, all these women looking for a guy that's not gay and will pay attention to me, something like that. Well, another thing that I missed out on the Del Taco experience is that because the society has evolved to such an extent, many things that many experiences were before they were like very exotic, you know, spiritual experiences. They now become like manifest. For example, if you want to find the experience like I had in Del Taco, that I seen the angel, my higher self, you would have to go into New Testament, like Jesus saw the Father, and the Father told him that he's going to be betrayed. Or you have to go to narratives from Prophet Muhammad, and the Prophet Muhammad went into the cave and meditated and saw the angel. But this experience is something similar to that, but you know, it's not something that happens in a once in a zillion places. It happens frequently now. Well, actually, the Chinese, they have uh, they have a myth. They say that the spirit world will invade the material world because we have come to an end times. This is when the influence of the material world is become diminished, and what is in the spirit, what is in the algorithm, what is in the artificial intelligence, what's in the back of the computer, back of your brain, it becomes the real thing. It becomes the manifest. It shows up because all this other stuff were already taken care of. So this thing shows up. Then after I usually run out of the Starbucks, I have to take a walk. I go home. I do all kinds of stuff. Usually I listen to audiobooks, and the technology allows to somebody that's almost blind to go through tremendous amount of text. I study almost anything you can imagine. I also read a lot. So also there is a struggle that things that were very important, like physical location or relationship with the environment, or being in a certain part of the city, or be connected to certain, they 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 have almost lost complete value whatsoever, because everything is now on the internet. I can buy anything from the eBay. I can do work, research. So a physical location is not significant anymore. In fact, I could go into a very small town and get twice the place I have, and all the stuff that I have would be the same, except that the bonds I've made, the social bonds, they all will be lost. Actually, this is what's going to happen to inner cities and places that were very important, and certain characters could become important, but they are not anymore, because the city or the locality or the social hub is falling apart. There is all these lines of connections to the outside world. So the outside world or the spirit world is invaded the locality and became the locality. This is kind of a strange topic. Well, I'm gonna go over some of these other spiritual experiences. I don't know if I will have a good name for this video, but please leave a comment, subscribe. Thank you for putting up with me.